So here we are living in our RV on this property as we demolish the home and rebuild it for ourselves. And we've got this horrible smelly water. So we did what we could do. We ran it through our Blue Technologies and I was shocked. Hey, my name is Joe and I'm one half of Two Crazy Campers. And after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds, we discovered we had so much more energy for activities. Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors and join us on a brand new adventure. And today's adventure has us exploring the world of water filtration for your RV. Now, some of you may know, Rachel and I actually come from the health and wellness space. We operate another YouTube channel called Two Crazy Ketos, and on there we document our eating lifestyle and our journey. And as I said in the intro, we've each lost more than 100 pounds, and we have maintained that weight loss for the last 7 and 8 years, utilizing what our friend Dr. Ken Berry calls the proper human diet. We eat a keto carnivore lifestyle where we focus on mostly meat and animal fats and then a few whole foods. And 80% of your health and nutrition has to do with the food that you are eating. Your overall health is affected 80% by the food that you eat. But the other 20% is sleep, stress management, movement, and the overall environment around you. And part of that, a big part of it, is the water you're consuming. We consume a lot of water and we want to make sure we're getting the healthiest thing that we possibly can. And for years, we actually drank a lot of bottled water because we wanted to consume good quality water. The problem with that is number one, you're putting a lot of plastic into the environment, into the landfills, and that's not good. The other problem with that is the fact that when you have those bottles, the plastic actually leaches into your water. And this happens even more when it gets heated up. So when you have these delivery trucks that have bottles of water and they're driving around in the hot Florida sun, that plastic is leaching into the water and then you're consuming those chemicals and getting a bunch of phytoestrogens. So we began looking for solutions for our drinking water. The big problem is that that's only a small amount of the water that you're exposed to. We all take showers, at least I hope we do. Well, your skin is the largest organ in your body, and when you take a shower, any chemicals that may be in that water are leaching into your skin. Many times there's actually more chlorine in the city water coming into your house than you're supposed to have in your pool. We were shocked at the levels of chlorine that were coming out of the tap in our home in Fort Lauderdale area. So when we moved into RVing, we wanted to make sure we had some type of water filtration in the RV. Let me show you some of the things that we have tried. So these are some of the things that we have tried using in our RV. Actually, this is a Pro 1 filter. We do still use one in our Fort Lauderdale home just for our drinking water. But the problem is that does not handle our showers and things. We have to have separate filters for our showers. And it works okay. The problem is it takes up a lot of counter space and you have to constantly fill it up. And when you have a home with 4 and 5 people, you're gonna go through a lot of water. Now for the RV, we did end up purchasing one early on for the RV because we drink a lot of water, Rachel drinks a lot of coffee, and we wanted to have good tasting water. But as I've said, in an RV, space is a commodity and this takes up a lot of space. So we started off with one of these simple little filters that you get like in Home Depot, Walmart, on Amazon, anything like that. And pretty much this is a sand and sediment filter. I mean, it does okay with the taste, but it doesn't filter your water too well. From there, we moved into one of these clear O2 things. And basically this has got like a block in here, and then you have to replace this block every once in a while. And then you take one of these filters and you put it inside like this. And then you would connect your hose up to here into the spigot at the RV park. And then your hose into the RV goes in here. This was a little bit better, but we still didn't have water that really made me feel comfortable drinking. Certainly, when we ran the water through this, we would not drink it unless we also ran it through there. So now we're dealing with this filter on our counters, and we also have this thing. And these things don't really last that long. I believe they tell you you're supposed to change them. I don't have my glasses on, but somewhere around like every 1,000 gallons. So if you're showering and stuff like that, you're going to go through a lot of these filters. Also, this thing can be a pain. It fills up with water. When you want to start moving around, you have to take it apart. You have to drain it out. It's kind of a pain. So we began looking for a new filtration system. And after doing a lot of research, we found what I think is the best one on the market. We chose the Blue Technologies AR3 filter. Now, like I said, we did a lot of research, and this thing just has some amazing features. And one of the things that I really liked about it is how compact the unit is. Our whole filter is actually in this bag. Now, when we bought this kit, it came with a bunch of accessories. Let me go ahead and take this out of the bag and show you what the unit actually looks like, and then also some of the accessories that we got. So one of the things immediately that I like about it is you can actually leave this filter in the bag when you have it set up. And I'll show you that in a minute, but some of the little things that this company has done is just amazing. So this is the package that we chose with all the different accessories. I'll go over the accessories in a minute, but you can see this is a 3-stage unit. So over here you have a sand and sediment filter, then you have a 0.2 micron filter, and then you have what they call their tasty filter. So you're getting rid of all of the sand and sediment. Then you're filtering down to 0.2 microns, so all that bacteria, things like that, that may be in your water. And then finally, you're gonna have a charcoal and coconut filter, this to make your water taste a lot better. So this is the second top package. It comes with a bunch of different accessories. They do have one that's a little bit higher that also comes with a water softener. I did not get that one, and now I kind of regret it. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But it also came with a bunch of accessories. So let me show you some of those accessories. So it did come with a 3-way diverter valve. So you can screw this onto the spigot at the RV part, and then you have 3 separate outlets. So you can connect your filter to one, and then maybe another hose for washing the dogs or whatever to another one. And then you also have a third one. It also came with a pressure regulator. It's super important to have this on your RV. And this one is adjustable. It tells you the pressure, and then you can adjust it. I really like that. And then it also comes with some quick adapters, which is one of the things that to me really makes this system stand out, because it makes it so much easier to hook up your filtration when you're setting up camp, as well as breaking it down. It also came with a little tool for changing out your filters, and then also some hoses. So we actually have 2 different hoses here. So we have a short one, which is going to go from the filter into your RV, and then we have a 25-foot hose that goes from your spigot and pressure regulator up into your filtration system. And one common theme that you're going to see is that everything is stainless steel. And that's one of the things that really sold me on this unit. Remember what I talked about earlier with plastic? You don't want all of that plastic, and a lot of times these filters are made with plastic. I mean, take a look again here at this one. This would sit on the spigot, and this is getting heated up by the sun, and then those plastic chemicals have the possibility of leaching into your water. In addition, you're then hooking from here into a usually plastic type hose, or maybe one of those 0G hoses, but something that's got a lot of bacteria. So you're literally taking the water out of the faucet, you're running through a filter, and then you're running through what is potentially a very dirty hose. And then also the hoses that are inside of your RV, and they have a solution for that as well, because they also have a sanitizing kit that you can get where you can actually add this into your filtration system, and it will sanitize all of the hoses, all of the fixtures inside of your RV. So I really like that about it. And what I really like about this is, like I said, the stainless steel, But also, this is a compact unit. Look at how small this unit is. It is a high flow rate, but it is giving you amazing filtration. And again, if you compare it again to this, it's not that much bigger than this thing. And that was a concern for me. Space, like I said, is a commodity. For us, we're in a travel trailer. We don't have a lot of pass-through space. I wanted something that wasn't going to take up a lot of room. That's actually one of the reasons I didn't get the softener. I was afraid the softener was going to take up a lot of room. It turns out it doesn't. So I am going to be ordering one, and we'll show that in another video. But overall, this unit is pretty much the same length as having this thing, just a little bit taller. And the cool thing is that you can either put this outside of your RV when you have it hooked up, or you can put it in your pass-through, which is what we do. We literally take the big 25-foot hose, we run it up through the bottom in the pass-through, and then we sit this on the floor in the pass-through, and we actually leave it in the bag, which I'll show you in a minute. So, like I said, it does come with quick adapters, which is what makes this so great. So there are quick adapters on each end of the filter, and then when you take your hose, and grab the short one here, you literally can't screw this up, because so this is where the water comes out. This is the one that goes into your RV. So you literally just take this, connect it on, and you're hooked up. Now, what they do is they give you a bunch of adapters so you can hook these up in your RV and leave them there. That's what I really like. So we use one of those little elbow things so that we don't put strain on our hose. We leave this hooked up in the pass-through, and when it's time to actually connect our water, we literally just, if you pretend this is hooked up to the RV, and we're done. So one on each side, just screwing it into the spigot. That as fast as you can screw it in the spigot, that's how fast you can have your filtration system actually hooked up. Now, the other thing that's really nice about this is you can change out the filters. They say the filters last for like 3 to 6 months. It's really going to depend on your water usage. But one of the things that really sold me on this unit was the quality of the water that's coming out of it. So we have been testing this thing for a while. We've actually owned it for about 5 months, and we were thoroughly impressed with the quality of the water that was coming out of it. But we got more impressed when we bought our new farm in Arcadia. So if you didn't know, we've made a couple of videos about it. We bought 6 acres in Arcadia, Florida. We are building a farm. We want to be more self-sustainable. And when we bought that farm, we bought it from a family where the farm has been in their family for generations. And they're all from that area, and they are used to the water. Well, the water is horrible. It's a well, and it tastes bad, and it's very hard, and it smells like rotten eggs. And so when we bought the property, he didn't have any of that on there. They were just used to it, and we just weren't going to have it. So we knew that we were going to have to buy a big softening system and a filtration system to filter the water as soon as it comes out of the well. But that was going to cost a lot of money, about $7,000, and it was going to take a couple weeks. So here we are, living in our RV on this property as we demolish the home and rebuild it for ourselves. And we've got this horrible smelly water. So we did what we could do. We ran it through our Blue Technologies, and I was shocked. It almost completely eliminated the smelly rotten egg smell. It made the water taste so much better, and it made us comfortable actually taking showers in it because we knew we had the 0.2 micron filter. But I'm curious, what did these filters look like after running that water through here for 2 months? So we actually have some spare filters, and we're going to go ahead and change out these filters and see what these filters are supposed to look like. So we have 3 different filters. This is our sand and sediment filter. This is our tasty filter, which is charcoal and coconut. And then this is our 0.2 micron filter. So like I said, it does come with a little tool so that you can change out these filters, and we're going to go ahead and change them out. So for me, the easiest way to do it is just turn it over. And then what you're going to notice is there's a ring down here. And you just take this tool, and there's several holes all the way around it. I'm trying to do it upside down. But you basically just loosen up that ring, and then you can unscrew that silver retaining ring on the bottom, or stainless steel retaining ring. And then you just lift off the cup. And then you can see inside there's a little bit of sand in there. We'll go ahead and rinse that out in a minute. And then this is our sand and sediment filter. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it does look like. Got a little bit of a rotten egg smell, but not too bad. But it's definitely noticeable. So you will see there are gaskets on both the top and bottom. And then all we have to do is put the new one in here. And then we're going to put this cup on, but I'm going to go rinse it out first. Okay, so now that I've cleaned it out, we just put the cup back on. We put the retaining ring back on. We can hand tighten that retaining ring, and then we use the little tool to tighten it. And like I said, there are several holes so that no matter where it goes, you can actually tighten it down to the correct torque. So we already saw what the sand and sediment one did. Let's go ahead and check out the 2 micron. Oof, that really smells with rotten eggs. So obviously this one is just collecting the sand and sediment, but that rotten egg smell, some of that bacteria, it's getting through this, and then it's going into this. And again, this on there, look at the difference. What a difference in the filtration. Okay, we'll go ahead and put this on. I'll go ahead and rinse this one out. Now we can go ahead and put this on. And then tighten it down. Last one. Now this is the one that's going to make your water taste good. And that is really impressive, actually. So we've never changed out our filtration. These are the first time that we're actually changing these filters out. Let's get it out of the plastic here. And it's amazing. So if you look in the bottom, it is a little dirty there in the bottom. Some of that is probably the charcoal. But look, it's almost the same color. And that is because this is stopping it. So if you have something like just one of these, like again, one of those things that you're going to buy in Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot, anything like that, think about that. This is just like they call it an RV water filter. It's just going to make your water taste better. It's pretty much just going to be sand, sediment, kind of charcoal. Well, what is taking this out? It's basically just going through this thing. I mean, you can hear the charcoal in there. So basically, all of this sand and sediment, all of this like bacteria, anything that is tiny, like, you know, anything slightly larger than 0.2 micron, all of that stuff is going to be going through here and then probably into your water because nothing is filtering it before it gets to this. So we can go ahead now and just put on this last one and we're done. That's it. So again, let's go ahead and show this. Look at what this filter filtered out of our well water. Now, most people would say well water should be clean water. Our well is like 400 feet deep, but still all of this stuff would have been in the water that we were drinking and bathing in. So I'm super glad that we actually have this system. And again, we are thoroughly impressed with it. I'm going to leave a link for it down below in the description box. Now that is an affiliate link. It does benefit the channel. The cool thing is it does give you a discount when you use that link. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, there is another package that comes with where you can get a softener with it. And at first, I didn't really think I needed it because I've never dealt with a softener system on our house until we moved to our house in Arcadia. Because again, we have well water there And so we did end up adding that filtration system with the softener. And I was really impressed with how much better the water is after going through that softening system. I mean, your skin feels better, your hair is better, you use less laundry detergent, you don't get the buildup of the spots and stuff like in your dishwasher. Like we have that Hava dishwasher. None of those spots show up. You end up using less shampoo and stuff. So we are actually ordering the softener that goes with this. And I would advise, especially if you are a full-time RVer, to order the package with the softener. We will do another video once we get the softener and to show you like the size and give you our thoughts on it. But again, having never experienced water without a softener, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And I was worried that it was going to take up too much space. But after talking to some people that do have it and actually seeing it in person, I was really impressed with the size of it. And then after experiencing well water that has been run before a softener and then after a softener, I absolutely do want to get the softener system. But that is overall the complete Blue Technology system that we purchased. Again, we are super impressed with it. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, one thing I wanted to show you with the accessories is this bag. Because for me, this bag represents Blue Technologies really thinking about their customers. And the bag came with our package. And at first when I got it, I was like, what's the big deal? It's just a bag. I mean, it's a nice storage bag, but it's still just a storage bag. And to be honest, I didn't think I was going to use it because when it comes time to tearing down a campsite and leaving, I'm generally want to get out of there as quickly as possible, and I'm not the most organized person in the world. So usually I'll just kind of drain out my filter the best I can and stick it up in the pass-through. Then I started exploring the bag and I realized it has some really cool features. So you have your bag here. It's got like, I'm gonna say kind of like a water resistant lining inside. I haven't tested it, but it's like that shiny thing, and water doesn't really come out if you get a few drips or anything like that in there. So when you put your filter in here, you're going to be protecting your pass-through. So this here is actually the front, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the filter into the bag. And honestly, it's easier to just kind of like lay it on its side, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to zipper it up. And yeah, right now it just looks like a storage bag, but there's some really cool features. First of all, up here on the front, there is a pocket, and in that pocket, we can put all of our accessories like our sanitizer, our pressure regulator, all of our different adapters. We have our tool. I have a couple more adapters over here. Everything can go right into this front pocket. We do have an over-the-shoulder carry strap as well as a handle. And I know you're probably thinking, still not a big deal. This is what really impressed me. If you look over here, there is what looks like a pocket. But look what comes sticking out. So we have one on this side, and we also have another one on this side. And what's cool about that, if we take this smaller hose over here, is you can leave your water filter in the bag the entire time. So you simply open up these pockets, and we're just going to use one hose since it has the different adapters on each side, which really helps when it comes to setting up. You know which one goes where. The short one goes between the filter and your RV. The longer one goes between your filter and the hose spigot. So we just take our little adapter, we put it on here, pretend this is the hose coming in from the spigot. We come over here, and we're all set. I love that. I love the fact that I can leave it in the bag and I don't have to worry about it. So now if we do have a little leak or something like that, everything is right in the bag. I don't have to worry about, water getting in my pass-through, and it makes it much easier for, tearing down as well as setting up, because now when I get to a campsite, all I have to do is grab my hoses and hook everything up. Now, I will tell you one of the little secrets that I like to do when I am actually tearing down is I do exactly what you see right here. So this piece of the hose would normally be going into the inlet on the RV. So I generally take it off of there and then I put it over here on the inlet into the filter. And this is how I store it in my pass-through. And the reason that I do that is so that if there is any water in the filter, which there is, and I don't want to have to bother draining it, because again, I want to get out of there as quickly as possible, the water can't go anywhere. It's simply connected on both sides, so the water is all going to stay in the filter. Now, when I get to my new campsite, I can simply take this side, go plug it into the RV, and then the hose from the spigot into this side. And that's how I store everything. So it's little things like that that really impress me. I mean, the little features that they've added into their filtration system is just amazing. I mean, having a bag that allows you to leave it in there is great. The quick connect, the overall construction is great. Everything being stainless steel, the ease for changing out the filters, the stainless steel hoses, the ability to disinfect the RV water system. It just makes this entire system a win-win-win. I mean, is it expensive? Yes, a little bit. But I also know that we spent over $400 on our original Berkey system. And again, we just had to put a filtration system, which is almost similar to this, but on a larger scale in our house in Arcadia. And that cost us over $7,000. And that still needs to be serviced and have filters and everything changed out as well. So this to me is the perfect solution for your RV. Easy, compact, simple to install, and it works really, really well. I mean, the bottom line is, do you want to drink this or do you want to drink clean water? So that is going to be the end of this video. Let us know down in the comment section, what are you using for filtration? Now, while you're down there in the comment section, please do us a favor. Hit the like button on this video. That really does help build the channel, but more importantly, it lets us know what kind of videos you guys are looking to see. Now, also, while you're down there, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification. This way you are notified every time we upload a new video. And until next time, happy camping.